Hey guys, 21.1. So I'm gonna go over the three main aspects of the workout, the mindset aspect, which includes how to approach it, and then I'm gonna talk about each of the movements and give you my thoughts and maybe some pieces of advice from the technique point of view and also the strategy point of view. So let's start with the mindset. First thing you should know is this workout is gonna beat you. You're not here to beat the workout. Don't try to win the workout. That's a lost battle. And by that I don't mean don't try to make it under the cap. Even if you do it under the cap, the workout is going to beat you. Because stamina workouts are designed so that your muscle depletes so much that at the end you're kind of crawling. Make peace with that. Just make peace with the fact that this is not a workout that you're gonna win. Just look at Carrie Pierce, what she did. She was beat by the workout. Did you see how different her speed was from the beginning of the wall walks to the end? It was 50% slower or 100% slower or more, excuse me. So, beaten by the workout, right? That's the nature of stamina workouts. So that tells you what's our approach. Our approach is not a particular time or so on. Our approach is how to manage our focus and our muscle use. That is all. How to manage that. More importantly, the workout is from minute 7 to minute 15. What you do in the 7 minutes before is just setting you up properly for this last part. Because this last part, when you look at the clock and it's 7 and you have 8 minutes in front of you and you're in the long sets of wall walks and your shoulders start going, if you don't have a good approach and if you didn't do the first 7 minutes right, you're just gonna slow down and slow down and slow down, and the last 3 minutes will go and you wouldn't have done any more reps there. Okay, so the workout really happens in the last 8 minutes. That's where the workout starts. That's where the workout rewards you. That's where you can make up points, and not in the first 7 minutes. The first 7 minutes are like, how can I best do this so that I'm in the best position ever to finish this workout strong, which is when everybody's gonna be dying. Again, it's a stamina workout, right? Like, so how can I die the least so that I keep pounding reps when they count the most, right? So that's the mindset, is how can I be smart about this, right? Like, and how can I stay focused? Good, that's the mindset. So that, with that idea, that's gonna drive how we do the movement. So let's talk about the movements now. Let's start with the double unders and then we'll go to the wall walks. So double unders or single unders, whatever you're doing, keep in mind the following thing. Jacking up your heart rate is not a good idea. But more important than that, tripping is not a good idea. Maxing out your double unders is not a good idea. I'll tell you why. Tripping is gonna mess with your head in a workout in which you are in a disadvantaged position, in which you're already gonna lose the workout. That's not good. Don't frustrate yourself. That's the last thing you want. So try to come up with a strategy in which you have the least trips, in which you control the stops and not the stops control you. I can do 200 double unders unbroken consistently, not much of a problem. In this workout, I did 10s, 15s, 20s, 30s, and when I get to the 150s, I was back to 20s. And that worked very well. I tripped twice. So I felt in control all the time, and I could control the rest, the amount of rest. When you trip, you cannot control the amount of rest because you're so focused on keep going that you cannot control the amount of rest. But also, if you're tripping too much, that tells me that you're so depleted that you cannot coordinate very well. So your speed, your performance is gonna low down. So on double unders, break them in chunks that seem very, very, very manageable. Think 25% of your max, maybe sets of 10 or even 5. That's not a problem, because if you think it for a second, you're here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, break. 1, 2, 3. That's you break for 1 second. If you go to a max set, 30. Oh fuck, okay. Another trip, oh fuck. There, you lost all the seconds that you have done, but more importantly, you have depleted your shoulder. You have jacked up your heart rate and your next sets are fucked up. So the gain by going on big chunks, by being aggressive there, by being greedy there, is not worth it. There's no reward other than being psychologically easy, right? Like it's psychologically easy to eat on bigger chunks because you don't have to be thinking like, oh, I still have 50 left, right? So it's just psychologically easy. This is a workout that is gonna reward being very smart, which means mental strength, right? Okay, so on double unders that. In terms of technique and efficiency, dude, relax, 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 relax. Which is why, again, you don't want to be tripping. So relax, hands, wrist, wrist. Think about this. What I was thinking here myself for the double unders, what I was thinking was, you know how when you're tired, you just bring the blood back to the arms? That's what you want to be thinking. You want to be thinking loose arms, breathe, flow cadence. You can actually record the shoulders quite well on the double unders. Again, provided that you're breaking them. If you are for sure, completely sure that you can do this like unbroken and under the cap time and you're gonna make it to the games, well, fuck it, like don't go for it. But if there's an ounce of doubt, you're not, and so I would advise you to do that. Okay, so that's on double under. So really relax the hands, chest up, breathe, relax. Remember, you're bringing blood to the shoulders, you're bringing blood to the hands, right? Like the wrist is gonna get really tired. Okay, let's talk about wall walks, which is where the whole thing happens. Wall walks are gonna get rough in the round of 6. Make peace with that. When you're in the third one of the round of 6, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, I had no clue what I was against. Fine, expect that, expect to overcome, and you're gonna be able to chip them away. What is going to be really important? To know how to break and to know how to do them. This is the technique that I developed that I think is very smart and very useful. So measure your things. Let's work on the standard. So hands on the line, right? Feet on the wall, down, chest and hips on the wall. You're gonna come on your knees, which is what everybody's doing, and it's very smart. Then remember, you're always in this position, right? Like so, from the ground, all fours, leg, and then start walking, right? Good, and before anything happens, your task is hands stay on the wall for 1 second. This will pay off. Leg, all fours, down. You don't have to rest here, Chest and legs are on the ground. So according to the standard, you could rest here because the repetition starts here, right? Like so you can go to the knees, rest here, and then go up. The repetition has already started, so you're good. It's a hack. Dave Castro is not gonna like it, boss is not gonna like it, but according to the standards, it works. If you don't wanna mess with that, don't mess with it. I invite you to do so because I in training cut no corners. I in training work on virtuosistic precision and so on. In competition, I cut every corner that I can legally. So, again, repetition always starts here. All knees. I was resting here, then go up, walk, touch, then leg, knees, rest. What's gonna happen? You are going to start cutting the last part all the time when you're going towards the double unders and when you're going to the next rep. So when you're coming down, let's say that you're here, what you're going to do is you're gonna come here and just sit or go and stand up and go to the rope or whatever. You're not gonna come chest to the ground. That's what's gonna happen. And so remember, I'm here, knees, leg, hands, leg, knees, chest, right? Rest here, right? So in your head, always have that mantra, and when you're warming up, repeat it. I start on the ground, knees. You can go into that child's pose if you're resting, but if not, you're here, butt is up, leg, hands. And then hands, legs, knees, chest, up, rest here, relax. Why do we rest here instead of here? Because here I cannot breathe very hard. I'm tightening the chest. Chest is fundamental in this workout. All this, what does it look like? This part here. All this is chest, not shoulders. So all the initial part of the workout is chest. If you don't bench press enough, it's gonna suck a little bit for you. So it's important that when you're resting, you're here, right? Finish the rep. This is where the next rep starts. Break here. Break here. Breathe, relax the arms. Then go up. You cannot move the hands from the line though when you're resting because the rep has already started, right? So they're here and they stay there. You cannot move the feet. You cannot leave the hands, right? Like, so I'm resting. I come here, I haven't moved the hands, but then legs, right? That is it. Before we move forward. So now that you have the two movements there, one thing is important. We said focus is super important. In the wall walks, you know what the focus is on. It's in the standard, really. That's gonna be your focus. Don't worry too much. Don't get too bothered by how hard the shoulder is working. Just focus on the standard. Meet the standard every time. No, don't get no rep. You can totally do this workout with no reps. The movement is so slow that getting no reps just tells me you're so unfocused. Maybe you push too hard, right? And so that is where the focus is. When negative thoughts come in the wall walks, when like shoulder is tight and so on, yeah, awesome. Where's your mind going to go? Right? Like when the set of 6 get heavy, where's the mind going to go? Of course, this is what's gonna happen. Fine. Let it happen. Go back to your standard, come back to your breathing. 2 breaths, 1 more rep. 2 breaths, 1 more rep. If you're flirting with fatigue too much, if you're nearing your maxing out with the shoulder, 3 breaths. Have a strategy ready and a focus on how to respond and how to respond to negative thoughts because they're gonna come. Same thing on double unders. Have a strategy ready when you trip more than you want to. Even if you come up with a conservative strategy, it might be that it wasn't conservative enough, or that your capacity is not there, and that it was conservative enough, but 15 minutes was just too long. How are you gonna respond to trips? Are you gonna get frustrated? Is your mind going to like, oh, fuck, I'm tripping? If you allow there and allow your head to like get frustrated, you lost automatically. You lost. That's it. This is not about not tripping. This is about like, how well can I manage trips, right? I said I tripped twice. That was true. And when I tripped, my first reaction was that of frustration. That was where my body went, of course. I was two repetitions away from finishing 150. I was rushing. Relax. And I remember, relax. I had the name of my athletes that are really into the open written here on the floor. I don't know if you can see them. I have at least 4 athletes. There they are. That are really into the open. I have a lot of athletes, CrossFit athletes and so on. Some of them are more or less into the open. I have 4 that are really into the open. I had the names of them there. That kept me grounded. So when the trip come, I look at it and I'm like, repeat their names and go on. Stay composed. Know how to respond, but not just know how to respond, but be specific about it. If the shoulder gets tired there, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when the negative thoughts come up? Tell me exactly what are you going to do? What is your mind going to go? That's what focus means. It's the capacity of putting your attention where you need it to be. If negative thoughts comes and you're like, I have to focus, but you don't know in what, you cannot focus, right? Like, so you have to have that. Have it. Write it down. If you're my athlete, text me and we'll decide it together. That's what I'm here for. Anyhow, so that's it. That's a little addenda there. And have fun. Fucking kill it. You're awesome.